Hello, dear friends, and welcome back to our channel, where we share heartfelt guidance for life's most meaningful moments. If you're new here, I'm so glad you've joined us today. This space is all about offering wisdom, comfort, and practical advice for those of us in our golden years, especially those in our 70s and 80s who are navigating life's changes with grace and courage. If that resonates with you, please take a moment to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Your support means the world to us, and together, we are building a community of strength and understanding. Today, we're diving into a deeply personal topic, the journey of healing after losing a spouse. For many of us, losing the person we've shared decades with, our partner, our confidant, our love, is one of life's most profound challenges. It's not just the weight of grief that feels overwhelming, it's also the sudden wave of decisions that come rushing in, demanding your attention when your heart is still so tender. In those moments, it's easy to act out of sorrow, loneliness, or even pressure from well-meaning loved ones. But here's the truth. Some of those choices, made in the haze of grief, can lead to regrets, financial strain, or emotional setbacks that make healing even harder. That's why today, we're going to walk through 5 specific decisions you should pause and reconsider after losing a spouse. These are common missteps that many people make without realizing they're not truly ready. Traps that can turn an already difficult time into something even more complicated. By being aware of them now, you can protect your emotional, financial, and physical well-being as you move through this season. These insights aren't just about avoiding mistakes. They're about empowering you to move forward with clarity, strength, and the support you deserve. So grab a cozy blanket, maybe a warm cup of tea, and let's dive in together. If you find this video helpful, please leave a comment below with the number 1 to let me know you're with us, and share one thing you're grateful for today. Your thoughts inspire us, and we love hearing from you. Let's get started. Number 1. Rushing into major financial decisions. One of the most common mistakes people make after losing a spouse is jumping into big financial decisions too quickly. And let's be honest, it's easy to see why. Suddenly, you're faced with managing bank accounts, insurance policies, investments, or even deciding whether to keep or sell your home. In the fog of grief, taking action can feel like a way to regain control, to find some stability in a world that feels upside down. But here's the thing, grief clouds our judgment. What feels like a good idea in the moment might not hold up a few months or years down the road. Take the story of Margaret, an 82-year-old widow from Ohio. After her husband of 55 years passed, her children and friends encouraged her to sell their family home and move into a smaller condo. They meant well, thinking it would reduce her responsibilities and help her start fresh. Margaret, still reeling from her loss, agreed. Within 4 months, she'd sold the house they'd built their life in and relocated to a new city. But as the initial shock of her grief began to lift, she realized she'd acted out of fear and urgency. She missed her old neighborhood, her garden, and the memories tied to her home. Looking back, she wished she'd given herself more time to think it through. Financial decisions go beyond just real estate. Many of us feel pressured to make quick choices about investments, retirement funds, or even giving money to family or charities. And sadly, this is also a time when scammers often target grieving widows and widowers, seeing vulnerability as an opportunity, whether it's an unsolicited investment pitch or a pushy salesperson. It's critical to pause and proceed with caution. Here's a practical tip. Follow the 1-year rule. Financial experts often recommend waiting at least a year before making any permanent financial decisions. This gives you time to process your grief, seek advice from trusted professionals, and approach choices with a clearer mind. If you're feeling pressured to sign documents, withdraw large sums, or make big commitments, take a deep breath and say, "I need time to think this over." The best decisions are never made under pressure. Instead of rushing, lean on a trusted financial advisor who understands your long-term needs. If you don't have one, ask a close friend or family member for a recommendation, or check with your local senior center for resources. And if you're worried about scams, remember this: if someone is pushing you to act quickly, it's a red flag. Your financial stability is too important to risk, especially now. By slowing down, you're not just protecting your wallet, you're giving yourself the gift of clarity. Grief is heavy, but you don't need the added burden of financial regrets. If this resonates with you, comment 1 below, and let's keep going. Number 2, shutting out friends and family. After losing a spouse, it's natural to want to retreat into your own space. Grief is deeply personal, and sometimes being alone feels like the only way to process the pain. But while taking time for yourself is important, completely shutting out friends and family can make the journey so much harder. Prolonged isolation often deepens feelings of loneliness, sadness, and even anxiety, turning a challenging time into an even heavier burden. Let's talk about Bernard, a 79-year-old widower from Florida. After his wife of 52 years passed, he stopped answering calls, skipped family dinners, and rarely left the house. He told himself he just needed time, that no one could understand his grief. But months went by, and instead of feeling better, he felt worse. His days blurred together, his energy faded, and he even stopped enjoying his morning coffee on the porch. It wasn't until a persistent neighbor invited him over for a simple chat that things began to shift. That one conversation led to weekly coffee meetups, then small outings with old friends. Bernard didn't stop grieving, but he realized he didn't have to carry it alone. Research backs this up. Social connection is vital for emotional and physical health, especially after a loss. Long-term isolation can weaken your immune system, raise blood pressure, and even impact your lifespan. On the other hand, even small moments of connection, like a phone call, a walk with a friend, or a quiet visit, can lift your spirits and remind you that you're cared for. You don't have to dive into big social events if you're not ready. Start small. Answer a text from a grandchild. Say yes to a short coffee date with a friend. Or consider joining a local grief support group where you can connect with others who truly understand what you're going through. These groups, often offered through community centers or churches, can be a lifeline, offering a safe space to share or simply listen. Another pitfall is unintentionally pushing away those who care about you. Grief can make us irritable or withdrawn, and it's easy to think no one gets it. But your loved ones want to be there, even if they don't always know the right words. Let them in, even just a little. Their presence can be a quiet source of comfort when words fall short. If you're feeling stuck, try this. Each week, reach out to one person. It could be a quick call, a note, or even a smile and a wave to a neighbor. These small steps can keep you tethered to the world, helping you heal at your own pace. You're not alone in this, and there are people who want to walk beside you. Comment 2 below if this one hits home, and let's move on. Number 3, neglecting your health and well-being. When grief takes hold, it's easy to let your own health slip. Maybe you skip meals because you don't feel hungry, or you put off doctor's appointments because they feel overwhelming. For many of us, there's even a sense of guilt about caring for ourselves, as if focusing on our own needs somehow lessens the love we have for the spouse we've lost. But here's the truth. Neglecting your health doesn't honor their memory. It only makes it harder to carry on. Grief doesn't just affect your heart, it impacts your body too. Studies show that losing a spouse can increase the risk of heart issues, weaken your immune system, and even contribute to cognitive decline. Poor sleep, skipped meals, or turning to unhealthy comfort foods can take a toll over time. And when you're not feeling your best physically, the emotional weight of grief feels even heavier. Consider Samuel, an 80-year-old widower from Texas. After his wife passed, he stopped cooking for himself. He'd grab processed snacks or skip meals entirely, telling himself it didn't matter. Within a few months, he felt weaker, struggled to sleep, and noticed his mood sinking lower. His daughter stepped in, gently encouraging him to eat simple, nourishing meals, things like oatmeal with fruit or a hearty soup. As he started prioritizing nutrition, he was surprised to feel his energy return. His grief didn't vanish, but he felt stronger to face it. Caring for yourself doesn't have to be complicated. Start with the basics. Eat balanced meals, even if they're small. Stay hydrated. Get moving, even if it's just a 10-minute walk around your neighborhood. Physical activity isn't just good for your body. It boosts your mood and reduces stress. If you used to walk or exercise with your spouse, try joining a local walking group or senior fitness class to stay active and connect with others. Don't overlook routine medical care either. Schedule that overdue checkup, keep up with medications, and address any new symptoms. Your health is your foundation, and tending to it now can make all the difference in how you navigate this chapter. Mental health matters just as much. Grief can bring waves of sadness, anxiety, or even hopelessness. If you're struggling, don't hesitate to talk to a counselor or join a bereavement support group. Sharing your feelings with someone who understands can lighten the load. And remember, reaching out for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. Your spouse would want you to care for yourself, to live with strength and purpose. Honoring their memory means honoring the life you're still living. Comment 3 below if this one speaks to you. And let's keep going. Number 4. Jumping into a new relationship. Too soon, losing a spouse leaves a void that can feel unbearable. The loneliness, the quiet evenings, the absence of shared routines. It's natural to crave companionship to fill that space. But one of the biggest mistakes widows and widowers make is rushing into a new relationship before they've had time to heal. While there's nothing wrong with seeking love again, moving too quickly can lead to heartache, confusion, or even vulnerability to those who might take advantage. Take Caroline, a 74-year-old widow from California. Just 6 months after her husband passed, she met someone through a mutual friend. At first, the attention and companionship felt like a lifeline. They shared dinners, long talks, and she thought she'd found a way to ease her loneliness. But as the relationship progressed, she realized she wasn't ready. She was comparing her new partner to her late husband, feeling guilty and struggling to keep up with the pace of the relationship. Eventually, she stepped back, wishing she'd given herself more time to grieve and rediscover who she was on her own. Grief can make us seek comfort in ways that don't serve us long-term. A new relationship might feel like a way to escape the pain, but it's often a temporary fix. True healing comes from processing your loss, rediscovering your own strength, and finding peace in your own company before inviting someone new into your life. There's another concern to keep in mind: vulnerability. Sadly, some people prey on those who are grieving, offering companionship as a way to manipulate or exploit, often financially. If someone is pressuring you to move quickly, make financial commitments, or isolate you from loved ones, trust your instincts and step back. Your heart deserves to be protected. There's no set timeline for when you might be ready to date again. For some, it's years. For others, it's sooner. But the healthiest relationships start when you're pursuing them from a place of strength, not need. Take time to reflect on what you want in a partner. Lean on trusted friends or family for perspective. And when you're ready, move at your own pace, free from pressure or expectations. If and when you choose to open your heart again, let it be because you're ready to build something new, not because you're trying to fill a void. You deserve love that honors your journey. Comment 4 below if this one resonates. And let's move to our final point. Number 5. Clinging to every possession without letting go. One of the hardest parts of losing a spouse is deciding what to do with their belongings. Every item, a favorite sweater, a handwritten note, a pair of glasses feels like a piece of them. The thought of letting go can feel like losing them all over again. But holding on to every possession indefinitely can sometimes make the burden of grief heavier, keeping you anchored in sorrow instead of creating space for healing. Leonard, a 77-year-old widower from New York, faced this challenge. After his wife passed, he left her belongings untouched, her clothes in the closet, her books on the shelf, her scarf draped over her favorite chair. At first, it felt like a way to keep her close, but over time, he noticed that walking past these items every day was holding him in a state of constant sadness. When he finally started sorting through her things, keeping a few cherished keepsakes and donating others, he felt a sense of relief. It wasn't about erasing her memory, it was about making room for peace. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It's about choosing what truly matters and giving yourself permission to create a home that supports your healing. Start small. Pick a few items that hold deep meaning, like a piece of jewelry or a photo, and find a special place for them. When you're ready, sort through other belongings, asking yourself which items bring comfort and which are simply taking up space. Be wary of pressure from others too. Some well-meaning friends or family might push you to clear everything out before you're ready. This is your journey, and you get to set the pace. On the flip side, holding on to everything out of guilt or fear can keep you stuck. Find a balance that feels right for you. Consider repurposing items as a way to honor your spouse's memory. Turn a favorite shirt into a pillow, compile letters into a memory book, or pass down meaningful items to family members. These acts can transform belongings into sources of warmth rather than sorrow. Grief isn't about objects. It's about love and memories. Letting go when you're ready is a gentle step toward carrying your spouse's memory in a way that allows you to live fully. Comment 5 below if this one speaks to your heart. As we come to the end of today's video, let's take a moment to reflect. Losing a spouse is one of life's deepest sorrows, but the decisions you make in this season can shape your path toward healing. By saying no to rushed financial moves, isolation, neglecting your health, premature relationships, and holding on to every possession, you're choosing to honor your journey with care and intention. Grief has no timeline, and there's no right way to move through it. But one thing is certain: you deserve to heal in a way that protects your heart, your health, and your future. Moving forward doesn't mean leaving your spouse behind. It means carrying their love with you as you embrace life with purpose and hope. What resonated with you today? Share one key takeaway in the comments below and let us know how you plan to apply it in your life. Your stories inspire us, and we're so grateful for this community. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like, share it with someone who might need it, and subscribe if you haven't already. Together we're walking this journey with strength and support. Until next time, take care of yourself, lean on those who love you, and remember, you are never alone. We'll see you in the next video.